It's 3 a.m. You've rebuilt the same slide 14 times because a managing director you've spoken to twice changed his mind about a font. The company in that pitchbook is worth $40 billion. You are 23, and you make less per hour right now than the barista who sold you your fourth coffee. But here's what nobody tells you at 3 a.m. You're sitting inside the machine that moves the entire corporate world. Every merger, every IPO, every company that gets bought, sold, or saved, someone in this building structured it. And the people at the top of this ladder don't build slides. They make one phone call and earn more than most people make in a decade. Tonight, you climb the whole thing, from the analyst rebuilding slides at 3 a.m. to the Rainmaker whose relationships are worth hundreds of millions. Every level, every bonus, every hour it takes from you. This is the ladder. Let's climb.
You're 22. You beat out thousands of applicants for one of the most prestigious entry-level jobs in the world. And your reward is to work more hours than you thought were in a week. The money sounds enormous until you divide it by the hours. 80, 90, sometimes 100 hours a week. You build financial models, format pitchbooks, and run the numbers behind deals you'll never be in the room to close. Your job is to be flawless and invisible. What you're actually buying with those hours is a credential the whole rest of finance respects. 2 years as an analyst at a top bank is the single most valuable passport in the industry. It's how people get into private equity, hedge funds, venture capital. You are paying, in sleep, for the option on every other ladder. The gate to the next level. Survive 2 years without breaking, and either get promoted or take the exit everyone's chasing.
25. You're an associate now, promoted up, or back from business school with an MBA and a signing bonus. The money roughly doubles. So does your role. You stop building the models and start checking them. You're the bridge between the analysts who do the work and the senior bankers who won't read a 90-page book. You manage the process, the diligence, the timeline, the 1,000 moving pieces of a live deal. But you're still on the wrong side of the money. In banking, there's a hard line between the people who execute deals and the people who bring them in. As an associate, you execute. You're excellent, exhausted, and well paid. And the firm knows you can be replaced by next year's MBA class. The gate is the hardest transition in the industry, proving you can eventually make it rain, not just run the deal, but originate it.
29. Vice President. This is where the job quietly changes from doing to selling. You run the deals now. You're the one the client calls, the one who keeps a live transaction from falling apart at midnight. You manage up to the seniors and down to the associates, and you're measured on execution. Did the deal close? Did the client stay happy? But the real test at VP is invisible and terrifying. Can you start bringing in business? The bank is watching whether clients ask for you by name, whether you can walk into a boardroom and be trusted with a decision worth billions. This is the level where careers plateau. Plenty of brilliant executors get stuck here, because being great at deals is not the same as being able to win them. The gate to the next level is the one thing that can't be taught. A client who picks up the phone because it's you.
33. Director. Sometimes called Senior Vice President or Executive Director, depending on the bank's religion. You're on the cusp of the only distinction that matters in this industry. You're now expected to have your own relationships, a roster of executives and companies that think of you first. You still run deals, but you're auditioning every day for the title of the people who own the clients. The bank is doing brutal math on you. How much revenue walks in the door because of your name? The pressure changes shape here. It's no longer about hours, it's about origination. A director who executes beautifully but can't generate business is expensive. A director who brings in one big mandate a year is cheap at twice the price. You are being measured not on effort, but on the fees your relationships produce. The gate to the top is simple and merciless. Become a source of revenue the bank cannot afford to lose.
38. Managing Director. You've reached the level everyone below you is fighting toward, and the job is now almost unrecognizable from the analyst at 3 a.m. You don't build anything anymore. You sell. Your entire value is your relationships and your judgment. The CEOs who trust you. The boards that want you in the room when they bet the company. When a firm hires bankers to advise on a merger, the fee can run into tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars. And your job is to be the reason that fee comes to your bank. But read the other side. Your comp is tied to the fees you bring in. And in a slow year, when deals freeze, when markets close, the machine that paid you millions can turn cold fast. You live and die by the deal cycle, and the phone that rings with $100 million mandate can also go silent for a year. The gate to the final level isn't a promotion. It's whether you become one of the small number of bankers a whole industry calls by their first name.
45. You're not just a managing director now. You run a group. Or you're the Rainmaker a bank built a franchise around. Your name is in the newspaper when a landmark deal is announced. Here's the economics of the top. A banker with the right relationships is worth more than a division. One CEO who calls you for every deal his company ever does can be worth $100 million in fees over a career. Banks bid for these people the way teams bid for franchise players. Guaranteed packages, whole teams poached at once. And this is where some of the best make the final move. They leave to start a boutique, an advisory firm that is just a handful of senior names, no trading floor, no 1,000-person bureaucracy. A boutique with 3 Rainmakers can advise on a $50 billion merger and keep the entire fee for themselves. That is the summit. You stop working for the machine and become the machine. The quiet truth at the top. The analyst survived on the promise of this moment, and the moment turns out to be about trust, not spreadsheets. Everything technical you learned got you in the door. What keeps you at the top is that the most powerful people in business pick up the phone when they see your name.
So, the whole ladder. 22 at the bottom, rebuilding the same slide at 3 a.m. for less than minimum wage per hour. Mid-40s at the top, earning a fortune from relationships that took 20 years to build. But run the other ledger. The years you traded away in windowless conference rooms. The birthdays missed for a pitch that lost. The health, the marriages, the 20s spent entirely indoors under fluorescent light. Banking pays in cash and charges in time, and it takes the payment up front. Would you climb it? Tell me in the comments which level you'd stop at. And be honest, because the analysts all say managing director, and almost none of them are still here at 30. Next week on the ladder, the people who buy the companies these bankers sell. Your life at every level of a corporate law firm, where the billable hour is a weapon. Subscribe. The climb continues.